Hey YouTube, it's Elvis Ammo here. Hey, today I wanted to talk about function and reliability in our 300 blackout subsonics. When we're shooting our subsonic rounds in the 300 blackout, a lot of us are still having problems with function issues shooting our large 300 blackout 230 grain missiles. And when I built my rifle, I ordered my upper from Hardened Arms, and when I did that, I wanted to make sure we all kind of shared a lot of information together, as a lot of us were building these things and are still building these things. I still get questions, about the 300 blackout shooting subsonics. And as many of you that follow this channel know, that I mentioned several times that I've never had not one function issue, even in testing. For any of my testing, for any of my ammo that I was developing, I never had not one issue, no matter how bad it was or how good it was. Not to mention all of the ammo that I did develop that I'm shooting today. I've definitely never had any function issue in my rifle. And that's why I'm doing this video, because for the first time I had a function issue in my rifle. And something I didn't think much about when I was doing it, just because I've never had any issues. Now, what I'd done was I had bought, I have this spare bolt carrier group from Palmetto Arms, and you might be able to see the logo on the bolt carrier right there. It's Palmetto Armory, Palmetto State Armory. There it is. Anyway, and this is not a video about anything wrong with Palmetto State Armory bolt carrier group. But what I done whenever I ordered my rifle, I ordered everything that I could possibly order that would make this thing reliable, as guaranteed as I could get, to make this thing reliable. One of the things that I ordered was a nickel boron bolt carrier group. So my bolt carrier here, that's a nickel boron. And some other things that I'd done to make sure that my rifle would function reliably no matter what I shot, whether it was subsonic or supersonic, was I'd also made sure that I had a pistol length gas tube whenever I ordered my upper from Hardened Arms. The other thing that I'd done, even just as icing on the cake, just in case, is I even ordered from Brunel's a Nebo recoil spring that is supposed to be for, it's a lighter tension, high quality spring, so that it would be more likely that you would have functionability in your rifle. Now it come to find out, I didn't need any of those light recoil springs or anything like that. I'm just throwing that out there just in case, as an option for some of you. That may be something you can use, but they're not very good for shooting your supersonics. Pretty much only for your subsonics, if that's something that you need to fine-tune your rifle to function properly. Now, back to the story of the Palmetto State Armory bolt carrier. I had this sitting around. This is my spare, okay, and I can use this in my 223 5.56 rifle, or I can use it in my 300 blackout rifle. As you know, it's the same case, right? So what I thought I would do is I was going to shoot and have a little fun this weekend and shoot some steel, which that's really why I developed this 300 blackout subsonic load to begin with, so I can shoot up close on some steel, practice with my AR, and have some fun that way. They're not as loud, don't use as much powder, and you can shoot steel with it without worrying about sending stuff back, protruding your body. But anyway, this is when I tried this out, I put this in. I'm like, you know what? I need to go ahead and just run my new bolt a little bit in each of my rifles, and just make sure that my bolt functions properly. And I didn't give any more thought to it than that. And I went ahead and put this in, and what I found out is I was getting some failure to feed issues, and the bolt did not lock back. So I was like, aha! And this is great information for me and for you guys. My nickel boron, I never had one issue with. So the whole time that I didn't have any issues, this, as far as I'm concerned, was the sole reason. Okay, and that's why I'm doing this video, because any of you that's having problems, issues that you haven't solved yet, now I have to tell you, some of you know exactly what I'm shooting, the load that I'm shooting and everything, but some of you are curious. This is the bullet. To add context to this story, I have to tell you what I'm shooting. So this is the bullet that I'm shooting right here. This is my my 300 blackout 230 grain missiles. All right, and not to mention, this is a brand new color that I mixed. I just thought I'd throw this out while I was talking about it, but I'd mixed my Ford light blue with my what do they call this, dark green from Eastwood, with Harbor Freight white, and it kind of turned out, if you guys notice, it looks kind of like it kind of reminds me of that fiberglass on a boat. I don't know what color that is, but it's kind of a see how it has this this speck to it. It's kind of weird how it turned out, but that's the way it turned out. And it's actually it looks like a really high quality coat. I'm just throwing that out there for you guys, but now it does kind of throw a wrench in things because it makes the powder real finicky to make. So I always seem to make this stuff work, and I know some of you have problems with it, but it makes it a little bit finicky. Instead of just doing your mix it in a bowl and throw it in the oven to bake, when you add the white to it and you mix these colors, you have to do the 4-140 method. You have to preheat 140 degrees for 4 minutes, throw them in the bowl, and mix them up real good. And keep an eye on the powder, if you're having problems with it. Open the bowl. If it don't look like it's coated, shake the mess out of it some more. Sometimes it takes a little bit more doing. So I'm just throwing that out there. Anyway, that's my new color that I really love it right now. I just started doing this just, for a few days now. Anyway, so that's the issue. It's the nickel boron that was allowing me to function. Now, what I did do is I did shoot some supersonics in there, just to make sure everything was going to function with this bolt, and it functioned just fine, no problem with supersonics. But with the subsonics, this is the mold that I'm using. For some of you that are watching this that don't know the story, I'm gonna let you, that I don't even have to tell you what it is. There it is. That's the mold that I'm using, and I'm sizing these to 2.240, 2.235 to 40, and overall length. And I'm using 9.3 grains of 4227, IMR 4227 in this bullet to get 1,030 feet per second. Alright, just so you know, to have a context for where this bullet is shooting when it's not functioning with this bolt carrier group. Alright, and then another thing I thought would be interesting for you guys to note is I went ahead and put this scale out here, and I'm going to weigh these and let you see. I just weighed them and I was surprised. I thought the nickel boron was going to be lighter than the mil-spec steel bolt carrier group. So here we go. I'm just going to turn this on and just let you see. I was surprised. Okay, I'm going to do your mil-spec steel first. That's 11.55 ounces. I don't know if you can see that there. 11.55 ounces. And then the nickel boron, 11.65 ounces. So the darn thing is 10 ounces heavier. The nickel boron. Alright? But these things are slick as a baby's rear end right here, boy. I mean, this is slick stuff. I mean, they say you don't even have to use lube with it, but I would never do that. I'm a lube guy. So, anyway, YouTube, I just wanted to do a quick video. I didn't want to make this lengthy, but I thought, man, this is such great information to use. And you know, that's how we learn things, by accident, right? It was the nickel boron that was giving me such good reliability. Of course, you have to factor that in with pistol length, gas tube, and you know, I mean, there's other factors. You know, the ammo that you're using for one. But this nickel boron, I've never had not one problem. Now this bolt, I had failure to feed, and it did not lock back, and I've lubed the mess out of it. Now it's not broke in either, so it's possible. Now I'm going to shoot this a little bit in my 223 as well, just to break this bolt in and make sure it's functioning, because if you have a spare, you want to make sure it functions. Make sure it works. No sense in putting a spare in there when you're in a pinch and it don't function, or something's wrong with it. So anyway, YouTube, I'll see you in the next video.